Bennington, and I'm the CEO of a company called Q5D, which is a new joint venture between two UK engineering firms. One called MSolve, which is a laser micromachining company based near Oxford, and the other one, the larger shareholder, is called Cell UK, and that's an additive manufacturing company based near Bristol. We set it up. Well, we signed the joint venture agreement about 18 months ago, and we've been picking up contracts and developing the company organically since then. So the point of the company is that it can take, it's a 5-axis machine that can switch heads, and it can take a component, for example, like a composite panel that you might use in an aircraft, and add wiring to it. So you could take a big curved composite panel on the back of a seat, for example, lay down all the wiring, do the printed electronics, add the surface mounted components, all robotically. So we're trying to target this technology at areas which would normally be manufactured by hand. Additive manufacturing has always struggled in the past because it's always difficult to compete with techniques like injection molding and other mass manufacturing techniques. It's too slow and bespoke. Whereas if you're competing with something which is manufactured by hand, then additive manufacturing can do very, very well indeed. You can save cost, you can improve quality and safety, and you can even reduce weight, which is kind of important in the aircraft and automotive industries, which are one of the two main industries where we're targeting and where we're getting quite a lot of interest already. So we have a prototype, and we're now working with various companies in different sectors to adapt that prototype to be specific to those different sectors. So that's, the aerospace sector. We're doing some work in space, the automotive sector, and consumer electronics. What we've got to do at the moment is, we are already selling. We've sold one of the machines already, but there's still plenty of development work to be done. But what we're trying to do that is to do that whilst we sell. So we have three parts of the business. The part which sells the tools, so you can buy a tool and manufacture. We can manufacture for you. We're using the tools that we have, the robotic tools that we have in-house, or we can work with you to develop work with customers to develop a process and then build a tool around that process. And that's where we're getting most of our income and revenue from at the moment. And that helps us develop the tools and create a more developed and more mature product. So what we're trying to do, so we're still fairly early in the journey, although the two companies that we're spun out from are fairly experienced and are very good engineering companies. They know how to manufacture tools. They know how to outsource manufacturing. The company is small. It has a small number of employees. In fact, we pull most of our employees from the joint venture teams. What we want to try and do at the moment is to develop collaborations and grow the business, either through investment or through organic growth. Ideally through investment, but it's a tough time at the moment with COVID to pull in venture capital investment. So in the medium term, we want to get some tools ready which we can sell into, say, the R&D houses of the aerospace sector, and then in the longer term, make them sure that they're mature enough and the customer knows the technology well enough to move that into the manufacturing parts of their businesses. So the idea at the moment, is to be a large company. Ultimately, in the longer term, we'd like to be selling these tools across different sectors. And maybe sell the business in the fullness of time, or float it on the stock market to make it into a large engineering UK-based business. The Bessemer Society, well, I've been in the Bessemer Society since its inception, and I found it incredibly valuable. And the one key thing that I want to get across is that this particular business is a daughter of Bessemer, in the sense that the two joint venture partners met at a Bessemer meeting, and I brought them together, and we decided that we wanted to set up a joint venture. So without Bessemer, this particular business and the networking that occurs within Bessemer, this particular business would not exist.